Hi, welcome to the Vaguely Anime Podcast. I am the host this afternoon, Michael, followed by other host, Sage.
Hi.
Why do you give the look? I've been doing that now for like
No,
five
but
times.
you said I'm the host instead of one of the hosts.
I was making sure I didn't say evening.
You were trying. You think so hard.
Yeah, I'm still fucking it up.
It's okay.
Anyway, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
We have at least 2 topics, possibly a third if we run out of space.
I understand.
Gas.
Yeah.
Run
Steam.
Out of steam. Gas also works. I want to start with well, first, technically, I finished this last week or 2 weeks ago because we recorded the Anime Club out of order. But I did want to say this, but it was Anime Club, so I didn't bring it up. I am finished with my Disney watch through, which basically ended about last week. Now I'm going through a Studio Ghibli watch through.
Ooh, good choice.
Which I've seen all of them.
Right.
But now it's just, another task to fulfill.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm up to Princess Mononoke.
Oh, such a good movie.
So that's my next one. I've also on my a movie a day goal. Well, I finished January with double the movies that there are days. So 62 movies for 31 days. So my goal is not necessarily actually a movie a day, just number wise equivalent.
Right.
So I did not watch one yesterday, and I don't know if I'm gonna watch one today because I might just want to play Persona 3. But
Fair.
yeah. But anyway, so wanted to add that there. So if we run out of steam, we might have Sage roast my rankings of Disney movies, which are at like a bit willing to move at the moment because like I feel like I could be convinced.
Right. On like certain things.
On certain things, yeah. Because even still, like sometimes I'm looking at them, I'm like, maybe this one might be higher.
You know what it is? I think it's hard to rank, especially certain periods of Disney movies against each other. Mm-hmm. Because you're like, is this better than this?
And it's
or
like,
am I just biased?
Even watching them like back to back, it like sometimes you're like, oh fuck, what was this one worse? I don't feel maybe it was
because if Disney's gonna do one thing for the most part right, it's vibes.
Yeah, and vibes are strong for a lot of them.
And vibes can really carry.
Yeah, like one of the ones that I am consistently like, I feel like I should move this up is 101 Dalmatians. I look at it every time and I'm like, it's just
so much fun.
I feel like you should be higher.
It's just so much fun.
It really is. And every time I'm just like, I feel like you should be higher, but I just...
You don't know where. Yeah, I feel you.
Anyway, besides that, maybe that'll be next episode, depending. But I do have a thing to start, which is I want to talk about the Suicide Squad game.
Great.
By Rocksteady. I'm trying to debate if I spoiler or not.
Well, if it helps you, I have no skin in the game.
Right.
So
and you don't care.
And I don't care.
Right.
So if you want, you could say, "Hey, spoilers," and then just tell me.
I'm gonna start with a generic.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Anime Club style generic, and then spoilers.
And then if I feel like I need to get into specifics, I'll throw up a time skip.
But also, I feel like you know me, and if you start telling me stuff, I will ask questions.
That's fair. I will guarantee at the very least a general statement. And if you have enough questions, then I'm like, all right, I'll go in depth.
Yeah.
Then we'll go from there. And there'll be a graphic. And I'll try to say something for the audio listeners. All right. So I think that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is...
That's what the game is called?
Yes.
Okay.
Is a conflicted game.
Okay.
I think that it is... It started its development back when like games as a service were going to be like the biggest thing ever. If you don't know what that is.
Service?
Games as a service is like basically... There's like the game will consistently get updates of new content.
Oh, okay.
Which then also means like the story will continue, which means usually like
mobile games have
kinda. Look up the definition if you want. They might give you a better.
I was just looking at pictures.
Oh,
but yeah, I'll look up the definition.
That might give you a better.
Okay.
Clue.
So it's like games as a service.
Games as a service. Yeah, it is plural. Games.
Okay. Keep talking while I look it up.
Anyway, it feels like they started making this game back when everyone thought that was going to be the biggest thing, and now everyone's like, fucking, just give us good single player games, please, for the love of God, we don't want this. Because most games as a service have not done super well. But it feels like it's a game trying to be a games as a service and a Rocksteady single player DC game, and it just does not clash. Like it does
mesh.
Clash. Yeah, it doesn't mesh. It does not meld together very well. I think it's constantly fighting itself in that. And it also suffers from like everything feeling the exact same. Which is like there's like 5 missions in the game that you just repeatedly do over and over again. All the side missions are just those 5 missions, just spread out with different context. And even like you start the game killing purple fucking crystal dudes, and then you end the game. Oh, well, there's a red one now, but you still kill it basically
not enough
the same
variety.
way. Yeah, like you still kill it like the way as for the listeners as Game Over Greg. The way he put it is like the way you play the game in the first 2 hours is the way you'll be playing the game in the last 2 hours. Nothing changes.
Gotcha.
Where like the Batman Arkham games, like there are enemies where you gotta do different things, and like sure in this game it's like shoot. Oh, well, this one I have to hit right trigger and then shoot, but that's it.
Right.
Like they add like frost element stuff at one point, but it feels like that's not very ever necessary. Like I could have easily like I don't see that thing being like if this didn't come in with the game would be so different. It's like it's still the same exact fucking thing. It's just now there's ice. And then like it's like almost like it's also trying to be like a looter shooter, which is like when you kill things you get certain loot.
Okay.
But like weirdly you're gonna get something that's good in like I got something that was good because when you finish a mission it like fucking hits the fucking brakes so hard because then it's like anyway we're gonna give you this quick cutscene of your character lounging or whatever, which apparently by the way is a screen that if you're playing with other people it's whoever did the best.
Wait, what?
Because it's a co-op game.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it's like a victor screen of like you got the most kills or whatever in the mission. But if you're not playing with anybody, it doesn't say anything and it just gives you this visual.
Okay, that's weird.
Right? So I didn't even know that. I was listening to a podcast or a video reviewing it, and they were like, yeah, you know that weird screen that just kind of pops up at the end of every mission? Yeah, that's because it's supposed to be like that's the person that did the best in this mission. So that's why like anytime you win the game, it's like a character being like King Shark was the best or whatever, and you're like, well, yeah, I'm the only one.
Yeah, it's
playing.
just me.
Of
course, I was the best.
So you hear it every time. And I was like, this just seems stupid. And then I found out it's because it's if you're playing with other people.
So for like single player mode, they just opted to not take that out?
Nope. They just the only thing they took out is like
a ranking board?
Like the fucking text that says you're the best.
That's so weird.
So I was always confused by this, but also like it hits the brakes because you finish a mission, you get that scene, then you get like a fucking loot box dropping onto the screen and having to wait for it to light up and then open and tell you what you got. And then you go to the fucking summary board, and then you get out.
So there's like, no skip to next.
Nope, it's just you have to wait.
That sounds actually horrible.
Right, and the weird thing is like early on, like you'll get like a fairly good weapon, and then honestly, like you'll like say I think I had a rare as my main weapon for like basically the whole game, and then there was like legendary weapons and whatever the fuck the red ones were called. And it was like they're supposed to be really good, but they were never better than what I had, so I never switched. It was like, I'm getting these things that are supposed to be better even late game, and they're not.
Right.
So I'm not encouraged to do any like side missions because everything I'm getting from the main missions aren't even that great. So like, what doesn't matter?
Right.
And
there's no incentive to play more.
Yeah, and like because during the story, there'd be times where they're like, all right, go do some things to power up before this mission. And it's like, I have not been challenged once yet, so why am I going to do that? Like, I'm just going to go to the mission. And like, there's dialogue at one point that's like, we ran tests or simulations on you in this fight, and you lose 98% of the time, but you only won twice. And I remember playing this, and it's funny because that same video had the same thought where it was like, I wonder if that's like a diegetic, like an actual indication that they're like, hey, you're too weak, you won't beat this, or like if it's just a joke statement, you know? And I went and did the fight, and I won without having to do any revives. So I was like,
so do you think you don't like this game because it's too easy?
No, there's no variety.
Okay.
There's nothing different. There's no incentive to do anything. The world feels dead.
And like, it's not like an open world type deal.
No, it is.
Oh.
You will run around Metropolis.
Oh, okay.
But like the world feels kind of dead, and like, yeah, sure, there's like, oh, there's a Zatanna poster over there. There's the Daily Planet, but like it just doesn't like feel like anything.
Right.
And it's just, go kill these dudes over there. Go kill this dude over there. Go transport this truck. Go transport this truck again. Go kill those dudes on top of that roof. And it's just like, and the worst part about it too is like, you have 4 characters who should be very different. You have Harley Quinn, Deadshot, King Shark, and Captain Boomerang, who should all play very fundamentally different.
Right.
And really, if I'm honest, the only fucking difference between them is which traversal you like better, how they get around the city faster.
Right.
Like, so I only played as King Shark because he just got around the fucking easiest. And
so
like,
when you're
because
like,
all of them just use submachine guns, snipers, fucking.
Oh.
And it's like Captain Boomerang, his only thing should be boomerangs. I should be throwing boomerangs and like explosive boomerangs and fucking whatever. Like, or or King Shark should just be fucking punching the shit out of people.
That was gonna be my question.
No, everybody uses guns.
But I feel like, for at least Deadshot and Harley, guns kind of make sense. Even Harley, I feel like maybe she should have more hand-to-hand combat.
I think Harley should just have a gun and like a hammer.
Yeah. But Captain Boomerang? Seems weird to give him a gun.
And they all end up just feeling the same.
And
yeah,
King Shark?
Captain Boomerang's melees are boomerangs, but the melee is basically pointless except for the fact of like, oh, you're shooting someone. Oh, wait, they have a shield. Punch. Oh, the shield's broken. Shoot them. Like, that's it. That's literally all it is. So, like, yeah, Harley, I think, uses her hammer when she uses her melee.
Right.
But, like, you do it once or twice during a fight just to break a shield, and then you shoot them anyway.
Right.
So, like, it's like, what's the point?
So it's a shooting game, though?
Yeah. It is a shooter.
But why make it... Like, what I guess my question is, so it's an open world where you want to achieve X, Y, and Z.
You want to defeat Brainiac and kill the Justice League.
But your primary, like, attacking is shooting.
Yep.
But it's not like a first-person shooter?
No, it's third person.
I feel like that feels weird to me. Like, shooting games, I feel like...
I mean, there are third-person shooting games.
No, I know, but... I feel like if you're having like a third person game, especially with characters who do hand-to-hand combat,
well, yeah,
why not have them in a hand-to-hand combat scenario in the game?
Because
that makes too much sense.
Yeah, like it's.
Or do they want to intentionally focus on shooting?
Well, I will say this. Like the positive is that it is a very smooth game. Like it's fun to like when you're in the combat. Besides the combat all being the same, the combat is very clean.
Right.
Like it is fun jumping and shooting shit while you're doing it. And if there was more variety, like it'd be fun. But like I had no incentive to switch characters, and they try to make an incentive. Like certain missions, there'd be like this character's damage output is more. It's increased because like you're gonna go fight Batman and Harley would is ready to fight Batman, so
Right.
she's going to do more damage. It's like, yeah, that's great and all, but like I'm already doing it fine with Shark, and like his traversal is better, so why would I do anything else?
Right.
And the worst part too is like all the boss battles are the fucking same. Like you're gonna fight Flash, Superman, fucking Jon Stewart, Green Lantern, whatever, Batman, and they all feel the same. The only difference is it a full circle arena or is it a half circle arena? Is it going around real fast, or is it get real big? Like,
Gotcha.
and so like for this to be a Rocksteady game, right? Because people love the Rocksteady Batman games. They are
This is a company?
Yeah, they are like deified. The Arkham series, people love. Arkham Asylum, City, and Knight are all incredible. I've always loved all three. I know people shit on Knight sometimes, but whatever. That's whatever. But anyway, like you're gonna have that, right? And you're gonna make a game called Kill the Justice League, and you know what? Fine, whatever. I don't like the idea, but like that's what it is. That's the premise. Gotta accept it, you know. And playing through the game, it's kind of a bummer. Like, because you're just like the first time you're seeing the Justice League in this universe, you're fucking killing them and they're being evil.
Right.
You know, like it kind of sucks. But like, move on from that. Separate that part, because it's like, you know what? It's the story they're telling. Whatever. And the story at times is pretty enjoyable. Like the cutscenes are kind of fun, and the characters are kind of fun. But then it's like, if you've spent like 3 games playing as Batman, and now you're gonna play a game where you're fighting Batman,
right?
Like, I feel like you could do such interesting things with that because you've been on his end, and like I feel like, you know, like it could be such a cool thing to like have him be like a boss fight that pops up every now and then in the game, and that's consistently beating the shit out of you,
right?
Or something, and like, but like. Maybe each fight you manage to destroy a gadget.
Right.
And then by the time you finally really face him, he's only down to his like select like basic stuff.
Yeah.
And now you're fighting. But it doesn't matter because all you do is dodge, shoot, dodge, shoot.
He starts off in the game as Batfleck in that like ridiculous tin suit in Batman vs Superman.
Right.
And then by the end of the game, you finally like knocked him down enough, and then he's like Adam West costume Batman.
That'd be pretty funny.
You gotta get him like disrobed.
Yeah. But yeah, so like it ends up all kind of just feeling the same, and then like it's just, and again, like I'm trying not to be like, the story sucks just because you're killing the, you know, like it's not the game I want, but like again, it's the game I got, so it is what it is.
So it's the gameplay.
The gameplay, again, when you're actually running around shooting, it feels nice.
Right.
It's just all the same. Like it's not a game I would recommend to somebody.
Gotcha.
Like even if you like Rocksteady, like previous games, it's just not like, again, it's not. It's trying to be a Rocksteady game while also trying to be a games as a service. Like the end of the game doesn't even feel like an ending, because as a game, games as a service, there's going to be more story based on each character they add. So you like finish the game and credits roll and you feel like you've not accomplished anything.
So if this game as it is right now has like a built-in ending, when they choose to like add more, so I guess based off of maybe other games that have this same kind of like premise, like is it like a sequel to a movie kind of a thing?
No, like its ending is basically not actually an ending.
Okay.
It's like, hey, you did a thing, and then credits roll, and it's like, this is not satisfying at all.
Gotcha.
Like I didn't realize I finished the game. Like I did one thing,
right,
and then I was like, all right, time to go deal with the main guy, and it was like, roll credits.
So
and
you're dealing with like the goon squad.
Yeah, basically.
So is the main guy Brainiac?
Yeah.
But you don't know when you're gonna fight him, if you fight him.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah. They're like, they bring up like multiverses and stuff a lot, and it's just like, I don't know. it's just all the same, and it sucks. And like if I borrow the Kinda Funny ranking, which is funny because I don't really watch them at all, but I saw his review and I watched a few others because I like just getting the variety of what people are thinking.
Right.
But I just agreed a lot with what they were saying. Where 1 is just awful, 2's bad, 3's fine. Like I think I'd agree where I'd put this at like a 2. Like I just wouldn't. It's bad. Like I just wouldn't recommend it. It's a bad game, but like it's not. It's weird because like it's a bad game that I would not recommend to somebody, but there is a lot of good in it.
Right. There's
like,
good elements,
yeah,
but the whole package is not good.
Yeah, because people are having fun with it. They're like, dude, this is great, whatever. And it's like, I'm glad that you are having fun with this game. But it just doesn't feel like a lot of it works.
Gotcha. Sorry, I'm looking at pictures of the game because I wanted to see what like the designs were.
It is very pretty.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Minus the Flash. The Flash looks fucking awful.
Hold on, let me see the Flash.
The problem with the Flash is every fucking person on the goddamn planet decides to put him in armor for some reason.
Yeah.
The Flash should never be in armor.
I don't know what this Jesus Christ trend is of having him in art. Look how ridiculous his body looks.
No, I'm very aware.
My goodness.
He should just never be in armor.
Does he even need armor?
No, that's the whole point. Like, he's running so fast. Nothing ever fucking hits him. So like, you know what? Why would you have armor? And like, I don't know. It's a whole thing where they're like, oh yeah, but like when he slows down or like he does get hit, but it's like it looks bad. Like it looks stupid.
I mean, it feels like the game is almost like incomplete.
Well, it is. Games as a service.
But I guess that's the point.
Yeah. Like,
but that feels extremely unsatisfying.
In a way, like the Marvel's Avengers game was also a games as a service, and also a game that once I finished it, I did not pick back up. And I don't know if I will come back to this game when characters drop and play it. And if I do, I feel like it's going to be one of those things where like I play the fucking few missions that are there and then I fucking leave and forget about it again. Like, and I'm not like jonesing for it, but like Marvel's Avengers, at the very least, every character plays very differently. Mm-hmm. Iron Man is completely different from Captain America, from Hulk, from Thor. And there was at least incentive to not follow the path. Like there was some rewards and shit and cool things and actually better items if you like looked around the map.
Right.
But in this game, I feel zero desire to do any of that, and I'm just going to the mission because I'm like, everything else is the fucking same. So what's the point?
Right.
Like it doesn't feel like, as much as it is fun to jump and shoot, I don't.
But that's not enough for that to be the whole content of the game.
Yeah, it's not enough for it to be me wanting to do that the entire time.
Right.
Doing the same missions over and over again.
So for games as a service, you purchase the game, and that's what, $70?
Yeah, well now games are $70, yeah.
Right.
I only got this because I had stored up Xbox point credit stuff.
Right.
So I got it for free.
Let's just say you spend the $70 to purchase this game.
Yeah.
And then in 6 months or a year, however often they do these updates, you have to spend.
No, they're free.
Oh, okay. I was going to say
games
you have to
service
spend
all
another
updates are free.
$70.
No, all updates are free.
Oh, okay.
So that's
how are they getting money from that?
I think there's like an internal game currency
to get supplies or weaponry
like
or whatever it might be.
So.
Okay, because I was gonna say, what's the point of them continuously adding on if they're just gonna lose money by doing it? You know?
Yeah.
Because it's not like it's cheap to do these high res, nice, high quality animation things. You know?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Also, I was gonna ask, in the Arkham games, do you only play as one character? Do you only play as Batman?
Yeah. In Night, you there are like a little bit of things where you can switch as somebody else.
Oh, okay.
But like not where like you're doing a full on mission with them. It's like there's a fight and the character shows up and you can just kind of switch to them during the fight.
Oh, okay.
Which is fun. I usually spend the entire fights as the other person because I'm always playing as Batman. So
right.
Play as Nightwing instead or play as Robin.
Right.
But yeah, it's I don't know. It's say what you will about the story. That's up to you and how you want to view it. It's not what I want the story to be, but I'm not holding that against it. It's just what is there is not enough to feel like a fulfilling game. There's like 5 quests that are thrown onto every single thing every time.
Right.
Between a story that is fine, looks good, and fun enough roaming around stuff, but like there's no meat.
Gotcha.
I feel like.
Gotcha.
And as someone that does not like Tara Strong's Harley Quinn, there's a lot of that, so it's also a personal gripe, but that's just purely on me. I just find her Harley Quinn voice very grating.
Gotcha.
And I love Kevin Conroy. I think he is the quintessential Batman, but you can even in Arkham Knight, you could tell he was getting old. And in this one especially, you're
right.
like that sounds like an 80-year-old guy, not a 40-year-old Batman.
Right.
Still love him. Still love how he sounds. It's just, you can tell.
You can hear the age.
Yeah, you can hear that, like, there's no way that this dude is, like, 40, 35,
right.
whatever,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, that's my Suicide Squad rant.
That's the tea.
I guess, yeah. It just, like, I'm not trying to shit on anyone that spent a vast chunk of time developing this game. It's whatever, but, like it's just it's just a bit of a bummer that this is what we got, and it does not feel like it meshes or works very well. Yeah,
it's kind of like I guess, are you saying that in part because you're comparing it to their other games, or are you thinking about this as like a standalone experience that was unfulfilling, and then to really like put the nail in the coffin compared to their other games, which were better? You know what I mean?
I think even as a standalone, it's not a very good game. But I think it's inherently going to be compared because it is trying to be both what they did prior and the games as a service.
Gotcha.
That
Gotcha.
just do not meld.
Gotcha.
So like I think it's inherently puts that comparison on itself.
Right.
And I get you're playing as villains, but it at times it's just like mean-spirited. It's just like,
wait, what do you mean? Like you're just dunking on people?
It's just like, the first time you're seeing these heroes in this universe, and because you're playing as villains, they're being villains, so you get it.
I couldn't imagine.
But like it's just like,
oh, here's a good way to question this.
Mm-hmm.
So you're playing as villains because the characters are villains. Are they villains like the first Suicide Squad movie villains? Like how when they like got together and they're just kind of cringy, but like villains?
No, they are villains. They're fairly just like, yeah, they're they're kind of just in it for themselves.
But in a cringy way is what I mean. Because I feel like the first Suicide Squad movie, it feels cringy.
I would not say cringy,
Oh, okay.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think it's fine. But yeah, it's just it's just like sometimes you're just like, oh god, like this is just sad. It's just like, it's not like I can't believe they're dead or whatever. It's just like, this is just depressing to like watch. So I don't know.
So you don't feel happy that you've achieved the goals?
And maybe that's just the fan in me kind of thing. Again, like I'm not trying to like keep that against it because again, it's just like great. It's the story they wanted to tell. It's not
right.
But it just like I don't know if it's both me being the fan and thus the story is just going to always feel that way, or if it doesn't do a good job at feeling like it's earned.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know which of that it is.
I'm picking up what you're putting down though.
Yeah. Wanna go to your topic?
Daredevil. Wow, that was extremely loud. I'm so sorry. I really did not expect that to be so loud. Are you okay?
Uh-huh.
I'm so sorry. I won't be doing that again. But we're talking about Daredevil.
Can't wait for that not to pick up on the mic.
I know. Primarily season 1 and then like a little tiny bit of season 2 because I think I've watched 3 episodes of season 2.
Season 2 is
You know what's funny though is I can like feel the difference between season 1 and season 2.
And then you'll feel the difference between 2 and 3 again.
Which is so season 1 I feel like minus the ending, minus like that last episode, season 1 feels like a very...
This has been out for a while, so we could spoil.
Yeah.
So spoilers for the Daredevil show.
Yeah.
Because I don't...
late on the trend.
Okay, yeah. Because I have not watched it since each season came out. I think I might have did a rewatch before season 3, but it's been
a while.
Years. So what's the ending? What are you saying?
Okay, so season 1 is basically Matt, like we get a bunch of like flashbacks and then him and Foggy starting their law firm and Karen joining in and
Karen.
then
love Deborah Ann Wolf.
And then the reporter and his wife, and then Fisk and Vanessa, and blah, 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 blah. People die along the way. Who cares, who cares, who cares? And then he being Matt, is getting, like, more and more involved, and so is kind of everybody else. Mm-hmm. And then Ben dies, but who cares? And then...
Ben Urich dying is sad.
It was sad, but not the point of what I'm going for. And then Vanessa almost dies, but again, who cares? Fisk loses his shit, blah, blah, blah. My main problem with season 1 is I feel like the majority of it has this nice, like, flow to it and progression, but that way season 1 ends where it's like, yeah, like, we got the bad guy, everyone's in handcuffs, everyone's in jail. Even like Fisk with his like attempt to escape and then they still put him in jail. Like, I don't know. It felt a little too easy, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, the road getting there wasn't easy, but like the wrap up felt too easy. And then Vanessa just like fucks off in a helicopter, which then points to my other really only problem with this show. Is I feel like this show has no sense of time, and it was really bothering me.
I can't tell you. I don't remember that.
So I think the first season's 13 episodes.
I think basically just for whatever the fuck reason that Netflix was like, everything needs to be 13 episodes.
Very weird choices.
So many seasons did not need it.
From them. I think 13 is fine in this case. I don't feel like it was too long or too short.
Season 8 it suffered or season 2 it suffered because of that.
I do feel like that will become a problem with season 2, even though I'm not finished with it.
Yeah.
But my only other real problem with season 1 is from episode to episode, I feel like you cannot tell how much time has passed. Like, the way they shoot it and present it feels like day by day by day by day. But that can't be factual based off of the amount of crazy shit that's going on. And also, like, Fisk and Vanessa's love story. The first time we see them, they're having dinner. And then the second time we see them, they're having dinner. And then she's, like, madly in love with him and they're inseparable. You can't have 2 dinner dates and then be like, nah, I'm ride or die. Like, that's too much. How much time has fucking passed? Has it been 2 dates or has it been like a fucking year? You can't tell. It's very hard to tell. I don't know why.
I don't remember this.
I don't know why they present it like this, because in season 2 they don't have this problem. You immediately know time has passed.
Right.
And so I'm just like, what kind of weird ass choices are y'all making?
Yeah, I don't know.
Again, that's more probably me. I did really enjoy season 1. Also, I feel like even though, yes, the just black outfit with this cut off beanie
shirt
was not practical as a suit.
Oh, it's aesthetically awesome though.
It looks great. And I feel like when he does get his actual suit, and maybe this is just the first iteration of the suit, I don't know, but I feel like this actual red suit is kind of ugly. And I feel like it has the same problem that the Falcon and Winter Soldier Captain America cowl had, where it's like squishing his face, and then it makes him look less hot. What, like, what's the point? Don't you want them to look hot? You can't be out here showing me Matt Murdock shirtless and beefed up, and then you show me in his costume and he looks worse. That doesn't make sense to me. You know?
I think that the problem is that just the black suit, black shirt, and like mask was unintentionally so clean because of how rough it is that no matter what, the suit was always going to look worse.
I guess, like, I don't know.
Because it's just something about how simple it is works so well.
And I said this to Mark. It gave me Dexter vibes. I don't know if you ever watched Dexter.
I have not. But I kind of get what you mean.
But when Dexter was going out on his, like, killing sprees or whatever, he would wear, like, dark cargo pants and then this, like, skin-tight long sleeve shirt. This man was beefed up, all right? And he wanted you to know it through the shirt.
Right.
So it's that same vibe because he's wearing the dark, kind of baggy cargo style pant and then the skin tight long sleeve shirt. Mm-hmm. And it just works for him.
But I think the costume is solid. I think it's one of the least over-designed versions of a Marvel suit.
Really? I was going to say, I feel like it's a little over-designed.
I think there's a little too much like
line
black
work?
trim
Yes.
line work, but I think overall it feels just much more like a street level costume.
Well, I mean, he had a guy make it for him, so I get it, but like I don't know. For me at least, I just feel like it makes him look worse because the man is obviously very in shape. So why are we gonna go and put him in a suit that makes him look like he's not as in shape as he is?
I mean, the real reason is because staying like you look like that always is
oh my god,
very
so hard, so hard on your body. Which I get it. Don't do that because it's literally exhausting.
Yeah,
but
that's the real reason. Let's be real.
But I think in terms of something like this, where it's like hyper realized, they could at least use lines to help. But the overall shape is hindering.
A lot of I saw one person that was like, the way the black t-shirt looks, just make it red, put the double D on it, and then keep the pants and mask. They were like, just make it look like it's more. Or what if you
still had the black shirt and just the red as the double D, like the Daredevil?
Yeah, I mean that is also one of his.
Like that would be cute.
That is one of his outfits too. So.
And I get it, the need to like have some body armor on because this man has been taking a beating for a while now.
Yeah, because they do try to keep it semi-realistic, where they're like, somebody would probably.
Okay, so
semi.
So that's the other thing. After watching so much Marvel content where they only use blood if it's like purposeful, you know what I mean? Like
very different going.
All of that for a drop of blood, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then watching Echo, where I was genuinely surprised. Like, I did not know they were going in this direction. And I didn't know it was tied to Daredevil. Mm-hmm. But so I was like, so first watching Echo, I was like, damn, Marvel's like going in on the blood. Then I watched Daredevil and I was like, oh, no. They barely tipped their toe in there. This is blood. This is a
Daredevil,
gore fest.
Jessica Jones, Punisher, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, I guess. I don't really remember them going all that hard in that one, but like.
But Daredevil, like
they go fucking hard, especially in Punisher and Jessica Jones and Daredevil. Those three,
like,
boy.
I think this is like fairly early in season 1 where he's trying to get like who everybody works for his name. This is before he knows Fisk's name.
Yeah.
And the guy gives it up and he's like, no, you don't understand. Like, I can't just run away. He's going to kill not only me, but my entire family and everybody my family ever cared about. You know? And then he just right in the head. What the shock I went through. I was like, oh, that's blood.
Yeah.
On his face.
Uh-huh.
That's like a thing through his head. Mm-hmm. That's a lot.
Yep. Jessica Jones and Punisher are also. And then Punisher especially. Punisher gets. I mean, it's the Punisher. It's really fucked up.
And then I think in season 2, this is I think maybe the first episode of season 2 where he finds like the guys on like the meat hooks. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Which, to talk about season 2 really quick, I don't know if it's just that Punisher is not as smart as he thinks he is, or he's meant to be not as smart, but Matt literally finds his apartment in like one night.
If I remember correctly, I think it's just the fact that he's not trying to keep it hidden. He's just like, I'm killing people. Who's gonna fucking stop me?
I guess.
But if I remember correctly.
I don't know. Something about that
I think it's more that like police can't track him, but like Matt can easily do it because he just has the sense to be like, oh,
this is where he is.
Right. Like, because I think it's more that like Frank is just like, he's not worried about metas.
I guess that's
He's
fair.
just like, I'm gonna kill
Gangs.
these people. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I don't remember exactly, but
I don't know.
He's not stupid.
I don't know. It just felt a little too easy. And it was extra weird to me because, like...
I will say, I do want to say real quick.
Yeah.
Because I was saying I'm, like, kind of shitting on Season 2. Season 2 is the weakest. But the stuff with Matt and Frank is some next level writing. They have some incredible scenes together. Well, like some of the most well written shit. Like there's a scene with him and with Matt and Frank on a rooftop.
Oh, where he has him chained up? Yeah.
Oh, that's already happened?
Yeah.
One of the best writing, like just.
And then
they're two opposing.
They're on the rooftop, and then some like guy is like, "What's all that noise?" So Frank like diverts the guy, and then what's his face? Grotto is there, and then Frank is like, all right, you either shoot me or I shoot Grotto. And Matt's like, what the fuck kind of choice is that? What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
And so of course, so when that happened, I was like, damn, like there is no right choice there, you know?
Right.
Especially because they're both obviously like have very strong convictions. And that's like the kind of thing where even if it's that desperate, like you can't really let go of something you hold so strongly, you know?
Yeah. That scene with them on the roof is one of the most well-written clashes of ideologies.
So good. And then he gets Grotto gets shot anyway. And then you see like Matt, he's like basically fucking dying because he's just been beaten to a pulp, you know? Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'm going to get you out of here. I'm going to get you out of here. And Grotto's like, broski, I'm about to fucking die anyway. Just leave me. Like, damn, that was good. Yeah. That was good.
Yeah, the shit with Matt and Frank is especially great.
You said you loved Karen. I personally do not love Karen.
I love Deborah Ann Wolf.
I think Karen is...
Karen does grow on you. She is rough in the first season.
In the first season...
from what I remember, she is rough in the first
season. This girl is literally in like a near-death experience every single episode, and she does not learn one single lesson.
Yeah, she gets better.
Like, she...
From what I remember.
The amount of times Karen is getting kidnapped and or attacked, and she's just like, no, I think we should continue with trying to, like, expose Fisk. This is a great idea. And
I mean, that's not... I wouldn't say that that's like a... I think it's more... If from what I'm remembering, I don't think it's like a not learning. It's a... From what she experienced before she met them to like what led them to her. Right. I think it's just her latching on to a cause to give justification for what she went through. That she's like, if I can control this and stop this person, like I have control over what I went through.
So her past, I don't think has been divulged yet. So I don't actually know what happened to
that came up
her.
in season 1.
I don't remember them literally ever saying what they keep alluding to it, being like, oh, well, if they knew about X, Y, and Z and your past record and blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I don't recall them ever being like, this is what
they
happened.
find her as one of the public defendants, right? That's how they end up with it next to her, right? Because she's in police custody or something.
No.
Well, how do they end up together?
She gets... So she and one of her coworkers were like at her house, and then the coworker gets killed, and then Foggy's like acquaintance, I guess, not even friend, on the police force tells him that she's there, and he calls them ambulance chasers because they literally just opened up their law firm. So they go to like be her defense, and then
she witnesses her friend get killed, right?
I don't think so. I think she just knows that they killed him. I don't think she witnesses it, though. I could be wrong.
I thought, because doesn't someone like break into her house?
Yeah, somebody breaks into her house to kill her, and then Matt saves her.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
That specifically that I'm saying, like...
No, because
that, like, that fucks her up for a bit.
No, I know, but I'm saying other than that, they keep alluding to some traumatic past.
Yeah, but what I mean
pre the show starting. That's what I thought you were talking about.
No. What I mean specifically is that I think, from what I remember, is that like that's such a big deal to her, and like she consistently then for the rest of that season is dealing with how to keep herself safe, and that's like when she gets a gun, right?
No, she keeps putting herself in active danger by making every single stupid move she can. And even throughout the season, Ben, who is like the reporter and she's trying to get him to like do this expose, he keeps being like, you make every fucking obvious move possible. Like you're gonna get killed. And he's like, if you're gonna continue to do this, you have to be more subtle.
Yeah. Because
she comes in like a fucking bowling ball.
But look, if by the end of this show you watch it and then you go, and you don't think I would have been pissed if they cut out Foggy and Karen, I'd be surprised.
I love Foggy.
Because Born Again originally cut out both of them.
Really?
Yeah, they were dead.
Oh,
they were just dead.
No, I love Foggy. I'm obsessed with Foggy. Foggy and Marcy together, I'm here for it, and Foggy is a bottom. You can't tell me otherwise. All right, Marcy is in complete control in that relationship.
Karen, Anthony, do you agree with Foggy being a bottom?
From Daredevil.
Foggy, you watch Daredevil, right?
Yeah.
Do you agree that Foggy is a bottom?
Bottom.
Yeah.
Apparently, according to Sage, he's a bottom.
Have you seen Marcy? She puts a strap-on on.
I think
she wears a strap-on. I know it.
I think season 1 Foggy is like I think he's a sub. Right?
Yeah, that's valid.
Like he's a sub, right? Like he's like he could maybe switch.
Yeah.
But then whatever season he starts dating Marcy, he's a fucking he's getting dumped. like he's a power bottom, you know what I'm saying? Like she's doing some there's some business going on in the backside, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay, so I'm right.
I think
is what you're saying.
He goes from
That's
sub.
That's what I said. He's a bottom.
He goes from sub to power bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like sub, it's like, you know, like you like being there's like some light dom.
Yeah.
And like once he starts dating Marcy, like she's pegging him.
That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying.
Right.
I know it as a fact.
All right.
You can't tell me you didn't look at Marcy and you went.
I could tell you I don't remember what Marcy looks like or who she is.
Like Marcy. So
is she the other law firm lady?
Yes, and they used to date in college.
The blonde, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very blonde, tan.
I just remember not liking her.
I mean, she's kind of a bitch, but like she's not wrong either. Like she's on the opposite side, if that makes sense, of like why you become a lawyer, where like Matt and Foggy are like, oh, we want to help people, and she's like, no, I want to make money.
Yeah,
obviously. So she's like
corporate
lawyer.
If I do all that shit, I'd also want to be.
You know what I mean?
Money.
It's like the corporate lawyer versus like the homegrown like defense lawyer. Also, I think it's really funny that they have no money and all their payments are via food.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm like, I get it. You understand that these people are struggling, but like, why don't you have like as much as you can donate kind of thing,
right.
like a museum?
That's what the food's for.
But the food won't pay their rent or their like bills.
Also, Matt has a fucking baller apartment.
About Matt's apartment, it's first of all very nice apartment.
The reason is because of the sign, right?
It's like like imagine like going to Times Square,
right?
And your apartment is facing like one of those fucking like massive,
like facing the main building with the giant. Fucking
imagine that's your apartment. And I remember, who was it? Claire is at his apartment.
That's Rosario Dawson, right?
Yeah,
the night nurse.
Yeah, the night nurse.
Yeah, she shows up in each show. She's like the reoccurring character.
Oh, gotcha. But yeah, so she's at his apartment. She's like, how can you afford this apartment? He's like, oh, I got it at like a great discount because of the sign. And she's like, oh, that doesn't bother you? He's like, hasn't bothered me yet. Which I do.
Which, to be fair, I feel like even as a person that could see, I'd still go for that apartment.
Right.
Just get like blackout shades or some shit. But that seems
so obnoxious.
Just get blackout shades.
But I will say I do appreciate.
Nice.
It is a very nice apartment. I do appreciate that, like, they don't make a lot of blind jokes, which I was surprised about. And then the few that they do really hit.
I always like the, like, a girl walks in and Matt always, like, looks and Foggy's like, every time. How do you know the hot girl walks in?
I also I love the friendship between Foggy and Matt. And especially when, like, Karen is first, like, coming into the, like, when they're first becoming the trio, if you will. Mm-hmm. And Karen will like do certain things and Foggy's just like, oh, she just nodded or she just pointed at something, blah blah blah, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's how close they are.
Who finds out about him being Daredevil?
Foggy.
Foggy does?
Yeah,
because he's like pissed, isn't he?
Yeah, he gets really mad at him because he's not answering his calls. And then he goes to his apartment and Matt is there, like, looking the worst. I think this is after Fisk, like, beats the shit out of him.
Right.
Like, really goes to town. Mm-hmm. And Matt's like, what the actual fuck? And they get Claire to stitch him up. And then they have that whole long, like, explanation / fight / like, what are you doing? This is ridiculous.
You could see me this whole time?
Yeah, and he's like, are you even blind? And then...
Yeah, but no, because the World on Fire scene's in season 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I love their friendship. And then I think this is in season 2, like in the first episode or something, where he's still mad at him, but they're still such good friends. So he's mad at him and Matt's talking and Foggy nods and he was... I just nodded. Like, he's so annoyed at himself for nodding because he knows he can't see it.
Right. Even though he can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see it, sense it, whatever. And then also in season 2, where Punisher, like, shoots him in the head. So after that, and Matt's all, like, in a tizzy, if you will. And then he, like, starts to lose his hearing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn, blind and deaf? Like, that's unlucky, dude.
Especially when the only way you see is by hearing.
You know what? I was about to be like, wait, if they make him deaf, what the fuck is he supposed to do now?
He's just actually blind.
Like,
yeah.
You know?
Uh-huh.
Which I was thinking about that. I was like, no, they can't keep him deaf. Like,
yeah. I think, though, season 3 is after the Defenders, which if you're technically actually planning on watching stuff, you do have to watch at least Jessica Jones and...
Well, I want to watch... Wait, so do I need to watch them in, like, a certain order, or can I
technically, just, like... at least for Defenders, yes.
Okay.
You might want to just look up an order.
Oh, okay. There's, like, a canon.
Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah.
Right.
But... Unless you're really committing, you can pretty much skip Iron Fist unless you want to see Colleen Wing.
I'm not committing. I just wanted to watch Daredevil, and I know I want to watch Jessica Jones.
Honestly, yeah. I would say watch the first half of Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Luke Cage season 1 is good, but the first half is so strong because Mahershala Ali plays the villain. and it's like incredible. And then once that's over, like
it goes downhill.
Just because you can't live up to it, you know?
Yeah.
It's not that it is actually bad. It's just it can't live up to it.
Right.
But I would say legitimately watch the first half of Luke Cage, if not just the whole season. And I think Jessica Jones season 1, 2, and 3 are all good. But season 1 is the strongest. David Tennant plays a fantastic bad guy. Which is really funny because when he told a story that he was like when he was originally cast and he was trying to find like the character, and I forget if it was someone asked him or he said something where he was like, oh, like you just want the evil British accent, and they're like, yes.
Evil British.
But yeah, he is arguably the best villain of any MCU, any Marvel show media.
Hold on. I will say I'm gonna look it up right now because I don't know his name, but the actor that plays Fisk,
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yes. He
might also be the best villain.
As Fisk, he's just so weird and creepy and he's
there's something off about him.
There's something off about him, and you can feel that he's trying really hard to present as normal and confident and have this cool suave persona that he thinks he needs to have.
Yeah.
But it's paper thin. And he just does such a great job as Fisk. You really buy it,
yeah.
To the point where I'm I don't know what Vanessa sees in him. If I was Vanessa, I would be running away. I don't care.
But he talked real well about that painting.
I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what fancy fucking restaurant you take me to or how much money you spend on these fucking ridiculous ass paintings that really mean nothing. Okay, I'm sorry. Modern art is a travesty. I'm sorry. But he is just so good as Fisk. It's so believable. And it's just it makes your skin crawl, Yeah,
no, I agree.
So good though. I think Vanessa's fine. I don't know if maybe later we'll get more from her, but right now she just feels like arm candy. Although I do feel like the end of season 1 is poising her to be mob wife, second in command kind of vibe to Fisk. Within his own organizations, if you will.
Right.
Also, when Karen shot Wesley, shook. What an idiot, Wesley. Why would he's you think I would put a loaded gun on the table where it's right in your reach? And then he absolutely did.
Yeah, because he was gonna use it.
Why take that risk? Why take that risk?
Because you hope that the idiot that's never touched a gun in their life believes the bluff. But also you have nothing to lose, so why not pull the trigger?
Right? Okay, so
he's gonna kill you if it's not loaded.
Exactly, it's not loaded. Oh, okay, he was telling the truth. It is loaded. That guy is fucking dead.
Yep.
Damn. And they still don't know it's Karen.
Nope.
Which I'm can they find out that it was her? How would they know it's her?
I don't even remember.
Because at first he thinks it's Leland, his finance guy who's shade and tried to have Vanessa killed. And then, well, actually before that, he thought it was Gao, the old Chinese lady with the heroin situation and all the blind people.
Yep. Has Elektra showed up yet?
No.
When she shows up, it kind of goes downhill.
Oh, is that within season 2?
Yeah.
Oh, rip.
Yeah. They just kind of I don't want to say the actress is bad, but they just gave her nothing.
Is it Jennifer Garner's Elektra?
No, but it's just they just gave her nothing. So she's just kind of boring.
Which it's so I keep thinking about that
Also the costume's not great.
Ben Affleck Daredevil movie while I'm watching this show, and I'm wow, I'm so glad we've strayed so far from the absolute travesty that was these early 2000s live action superhero movies.
Right. Honestly, I was saying it. You could probably just watch season 3 of Daredevil if you're just like in for the commitment. Just all you need to know is that he got really fucked up at the end of Defenders.
Oh.
That's all you really need to know.
Like fucked up and then he comes out better, or fucked up and he comes out worse?
Do you want to know?
I guess no.
Are you just gonna watch Defenders?
No.
I mean, that's only 8 episodes.
Okay. But do I need to watch everything else to watch Defenders? Because I feel like
if
I don't
you know
care
the characters
enough.
better, it would be a bit better.
I guess. But like I feel like I don't care enough.
I would say at least watch Jessica Jones.
I only am gonna watch Jessica Jones because
Just look up a timeline, figure out what you would
because
need to
she's
watch.
hot.
Yeah, well, yeah. But also, Jessica Jones is an incredible show.
That's what I've heard. But I primarily care about Kristen Ritter because she's hot.
She is so hot.
I'm sorry. but it's
And
true.
we might have got confirmation that she's coming back as Jessica Jones.
Ooh.
She posted on her Instagram story at one point, like, if you know, you know, and it was a shirt that Jessica wears. Nothing else. So,
Okay.
hopefully.
A little like what's the word?
Tease.
Hint is the wrong word, but
Tease?
no.
Okay. Well,
I can't think of the word, but you get it.
Anyway. Yeah, I guess just look up a timeline and figure out
Like
what you're
what
gonna
is
watch.
necessary.
Yeah.
Because I primarily like, as I'm sure you've noticed, I don't like having to watch things, and I only like to watch things when I want to watch them. So, I'm inherently problematic in that way.
Right. Well, if you're just gonna skip to season 3, I guess just message me and I'll just. give
Which
you
I
a little-
probably will.
I'll just give you like a little thing.
Oh, okay.
But again, at least watch Jessica Jones.
Okay. Yeah, I want to watch Jessica Jones.
Season 1 is so fucking good. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, there's our episode. I guess next episode we can roast my
Roast your rankings.
yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching this week's episode of the Vaguely Anime Podcast. You have 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks to watch whatever the fuck show Cat.
Oh yeah, she picked some show that I don't remember the title.
Yeah.
Will you put it on screen because neither one of us knows what it is?
I know. Fucking shit.
Yeah, fucking shit. That's what it's called.
Yeah, totally. That is absolutely what it's called.
It's 12 episodes.
Is this it?
I don't know.
Is this it? Yeah, it sure is. Okay. English title. Where is it?
This is great content.
Kami-sama Kiss.
Yes, that is it.
Yeah.
We got there.
I literally went into my history and was like, I know I looked it up last time she brought it up. Kami-sama Kiss. You have 3 weeks to watch that. And then after that, it's my pick, which means it's going to be the long pick. So be ready for that, people. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, like, follow. Don't forget to check out Kat at Kat the Moonstar on Twitch, and we will see you guys next week for possibly roasting my rankings.
Yeah.
Who knows if that'll actually be what it is.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
See ya.
Bye.